Hello, guys. Welcome to our sports analyst table, where we discuss sports and lifestyle. Let's start by doing introduction. You introduce yourself to the table.
Good afternoon. My name is Adeyemo Adeyinka, aka YK Iniesta. I'm a true backup fan.
Barcelona for life.
We are winning treble.
All right, so
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ogojo Ayodele. People call me AY. I'm a true and loyal Arsenal fan to the core.
all right. Like I said earlier, it's about sports and lifestyle. But today we're going to discuss about football. It's all about football because we're in the season of football, Champions League period and every others. So let's start with this season as a whole. But let's just discuss generally about the league so far. How do you guys see about the league? Let's start with you, Mr. Ewan.
Mr. Moderator Austin. Actually, I follow all the leagues, but basically, because of the when you there is a particular thing that it brought you to start supporting football. So I want to talk about English Premier League. So far, so good. When the league started, it was some kind of, things happening in the season. And unexpectedly, the whole thing, because everybody was looking up to Man City for what they have been doing from the past, They went to have 4 in a row, which has never happened before. And when the season started, to everyone's surprise, Man City form began to drop and it's beginning to have that football. Okay, probably this season is going to be for Arsenal. And suddenly the whole thing just went, as we can see, Liverpool is about to take the lead. So many things happen. When you look at some teams in the league, it seems like Chelsea, Manchester United, and Tottenham, this team to be among the top teams. Even if you want to mention the top 4 teams in Premier League, top 5, you mentioned Tottenham, you mentioned all these things. But along the line, they don't have a very great season, especially Manchester United. The season this season was so bad due to some circumstances that we cannot even see. And so far so good. They are still in the European competition, try to do something for themselves.
Can I come in on that?
Talking about the league. Okay, come in. I wanted to ask you, talking about the league, because you're a Barcelona fan.
I want to talk about the Premier League too.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, once you're talking about the league generally,
All
the thing about Premier League is everybody was expecting Man City to repeat the same thing this year.
Yes.
But unfortunately, injury came in for the major starting 11. And people are expecting Arsenal to pick up the form. And there are some things that people don't understand in football. There are some coaches you sign for the club that is designed for you to give me a trophy within 2-3 years. Arteta is there for a project. And the project is, this is the best year for him to bring out the results, which is the Premier League. You understand? But now check the likes of Liverpool coach now. He's not a small coach.
Yeah.
He's a coach that has been there, that know the structure. Follow the structure of the man that led the club and make sure you use the opportunity to collect the trophy. But Arteta is there for a project. The likes of the Chelsea coach is there for a project. If you ask the man will tell you, we are not in title race from the beginning of the season to date. And he's not in title race. But we can see that at least they are not in title race in Premier League again. The Premier League is gone, but Arsenal is in the Champions League. And losing first leg to PSG now, the hope is now on the second leg at Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
So what we think can happen, we don't know. We can only predict what's going to happen. But this season is gone. The only hope now is Champions League for Arsenal.
Yeah.
But Manchester United too is the Europa League final, winning the first leg yesterday, which is 3-0. So unfortunately, they are in final already. Same to Tottenham too. And they are not having a good season this season at the league.
Same with Chelsea.
And they are having a good season at the European competition. So if you can win the Europa League this season, probably they are coming to Champions League next season. So that's what I can say about
Okay.
Premier League.
All right, let's swim into La Liga. As we all know that Real Madrid purchased Mbappe earlier this season. And to us, like fans, we always believe that as Mbappe have gone, Madrid will be like unstoppable. But the way the things have been going, they have been having a bad season all through now. Both in La Liga, they have been having a bad season. But for me, as a Man U fan, I always never believed in Barcelona. But I started having love for Barcelona when they started believing in their young players, like their young products, unlike before when they always purchase big players all around the world. So I always say that if Barcelona manage to win the 4 trophies, 2 remaining now, which is Champions League and La Liga, I'll see this season as their best season so far in history. My own opinion, because I know that the time of Messi they did it many times, but I believe this time around these boys are boys that was brought up from grassroots. Most of them are even under their twenties.
Yes.
So I believe that if they will manage to win this, even though they might not really play well like the time of Messi them, but I believe if they deserve all the credit. Talking about La Liga, I have Mr. AY, the Arsenal fan. Arsenal is always in Barcelona. They align with Barcelona a little. So I know you support Barcelona more of this time, but what is your thoughts about La Liga?
Honestly speaking, I never expected Barcelona to have a kind of this kind of good season like this. I never expected them because when you look at their team, eh, except for some big names, the team is all the teams very young bloods. They have some kind of young boys that I never believe they can play together to the extent of saying they want to take the league or going for trebles or Madrid has been a team that they always want to have all the best. For them to secure Mbappe deal this season, I always believe that having that trio up front, they can demoralize anything. But sometimes it's not about having those key players. Sometimes most important thing is the teamwork. And now what actually happened is that the teamwork of Barcelona make them to excel this season because I don't really see the class except for Lewandowski. Some of those players, some of the players like De Jong, and I can't really mention some big class that are of age that are playing in Barcelona. But when you look at it, Madrid, I was not expecting them to be this to in fact to be at this level with the money they have spent. But football sometimes can change. But as earlier said, I love Barcelona. It's a team I support in La Liga, and I'm so happy for them going for trip.
Thank you very much. The thing is, we should talk about Madrid. If you are not biased, they have little injury too, and bringing Mbappe to the squad, this is the quality of player that it is red made. You just have to follow your own pattern. What are you doing there? Mbappe playing as a forward, eh? Mbappe playing as a right wing, left wing side is better than playing as a forward. That is his major win in PSG, in France, in everywhere, and he performed better. And we have likes of Vinicius Junior there, and these are the people that Vinicius is there aiming for Ballon d'Or. Mbappe is there aiming for Ballon d'Or. Bellingham is there aiming for Ballon d'Or. So there are some matches that Madrid play that they use individual talent that I just want to be the star of this room. Which the teamwork is not there for Ancelotti. And this man does not believe in young player in his squad. That's why they have these likes of Andabulasi in bench. One when they have a player that it is the best player in Turkish league before bringing it to Spanish La Liga and putting him in the bench,
right.
which is no good.
So
So those are the factors that is affecting the team. So they need to bring the code that including the squad, the young players there. Let's rotate this team. That is what the Hansi Flick is doing in Barcelona. So Hansi Flick there now, is there now putting all these young players. Okay, let me put you here. Try this place. If you are not performing well, there's another player at the bench that is ready to perform more than you. So you putting all the shirts on the field, you are ready to do your best. And there is formation there is tactics, there's everything. Coach.
But all this thing about Barcelona, Real Madrid, what about Atletico Madrid, Atletico Bilbao? Are they not part of the league too?
They
Or
are,
are they not? They don't have hope of contesting for league.
See,
title?
let me say this. You see, unlike Premier League, when you mention other leagues in the world, when you go to French league, German Bundesliga, La Liga, they always, in fact, in France league, it's just one dominant. When you go to Italy is more of England. We have Juventus, we have Inter Milan, AC Milan. Any one of them can even come at any point in time. Okay, right now in Italian Serie A, we are thinking Inter Milan will be the one to take the lead. But as it is now, it's not going to be easy for them. Napoli is coming from the behind to take the lead. So you can still compare Italian Serie A with
La Liga.
It's England. But when it comes to La Liga, it has become a two-man race for a very long time. And Atletico Madrid have been coming from behind to do it, but at the point the
Consistency.
they'll just fall out. So I cannot start mentioning Sevilla, Valencia, those teams are not there, and they are not even ready to spend money. They are not ready to equip those teams. That okay, when you look at England, for example, Newcastle was for some time they were nowhere, but they tried as much as possible to equip themselves, and Aston Villa, all those things, they are trying to bubble up. But in La Liga, they don't. I don't know. They just did those things for Madrid and Barcelona to. Yeah, all of them are just fighting for top 4 European Champions League and Europa position. I don't know.
So let's go to Premier League, which is my league. Now, looking at the Premier League table, with everything, the current Premier League table now, as you can see, Liverpool has already been declared the winner with 5 matches to go of 1 match, which the decision had already been made long time ago. And now look at Manchester United, they are in their 15th position, which never happened for a long time. Tottenham, they are already in 17th position. Do you think this season and the relegation zone, I wouldn't just call it relegation zone. They have already been relegated teams already. This thing happened like 6 to 7 match to go. This thing has not happened for a long time. Even my own time of watching football, I've not seen team being relegated almost 5 matches to go. So do you think this season is the best or worst in history?
To what you just said now about the team being relegated before, we have five match left. The thing is, I think most teams that came from the relegation zone last season, they are going back again. That is, they are not ready for the competition ahead of them. There are some things that came 2 years ago that they are still in the league. You understand? But these are the same team that came last season, likes of Ipswich, Southampton, and Leicester, and they are going back again. And if I want to say, we have some teams that give us some impressive season this season, like Nottingham Forest, trying to compete to top 4. Aston Villa, last season, I think he had at 6 or 7. No, he ended at 4th last season, but this season is still trying to make the top 4.
And also looking at Man City, also fighting for the top 4 position.
That's why that Man City is fighting for top 4 position. That's why all the injuries, everything they are still in the FA Cup final. Winning that FA Cup final this season doesn't mean they have a bad season, and they still maintain the top 4. Now it's top 5 that is coming to Premier League, to Champions League this season. And if any of Tottenham or Manchester win the Champions League or Europa League, so that means we have 6 teams coming from Premier League to come to Champions League. So I don't think this season is fantastic for them. Bringing 6 teams to Champions League next season is one of the best leagues so far.
Okay, Mr. AY, what's your thoughts?
Yes, I want to say that the league is becoming so tough. Tough everything. That is, they are telling, it's a message for the championship team that are coming down. When you are coming to Premier League, be fully prepared. This season has shown to us that if you are not ready, you will go back. In fact, I don't think it has happened before that the 3 teams that come from the championship, all of them relegated. It shows that the Premier League is becoming tougher. That is why you see every other things you never expected to be in top 10, in top 6 are there. But nevertheless, I still want to say this because every of this thing that they are not really performing well this season, Man City, Man U, Chelsea, Tottenham, they're all almost in the cup finals. So in cup two, definitely they have a fantastic season.
All right. The new UEFA method, stage method, so far now, like, what's your thought on it? Do you think it's really works the way we the fans love it? And do you believe that this thing should be continued or should be scrapped away?
If I should say in one way around, the new method affects most players because of they are playing more matches this season, apart from the four. But now in another way around is when we have a group of 4 teams in a group and you are playing this team, you might have the 2 small team in the group and have opportunity to beat them home and away. That is having 6 points from them. That is true. You automatically qualify for the next round. But now you are playing a random team, not facing you home and away. I might play you and play that one. So now everybody is facing the reality of no one is facing it. Small team this week, small team next week. You might play big team today, big team. So in every Champions League week, we always have a star game.
For the fans, it's good.
For the fans, it's good. For the player, for the teams, it's not good. Probably maybe they need to schedule the time for holiday or give them some gap to rest when they start next season.
All right. Mr. Ewa, let's hear your thoughts.
In my view to that, I actually don't really fancy that idea of that long table playing, watch games. I'm not a fan of it because number one, they will just give you a team, and you will play that team at home. See, this home and away thing, that is the love, that's the game. That was the beauty of the game.
They all have the same 50-50 chance.
Yes.
We are playing 4 away game, 4 home games.
Yes.
So you might play big team this week. Another small team can come to your home.
That is why you see that some of
But the numbers are always
the same.
Always complete.
Because they just remove 2 from that.
Yes.
They are meant for being that round of 16.
It's always the same.
And there is another rule next season now that all these people that we have top 8 that automatically qualify to next round. The remaining 9 to 16, those people, if they are facing themselves, there is no extra time. If they are on time, straight to penalty.
This time around, this last question, but not the least, it no concern me as a Man U fan because I'm already on my way to the final. It goes to my brothers, Mr. AY and Mr. YK, which is Champions League second leg. Inter versus Barcelona, PSG versus Arsenal. Who do you think that will make the final, and what is your own reason? Don't be biased or sentimental because you're an Arsenal fan. Your own view.
Mr. Moderator, let me first of all attack you. How is you sure that you are in the final? Is 3-0 too big to turn around? You take to somebody home and you win that person 3-0. Do you think that person cannot come to your home to win you 3-0?
My apologies.
Do you know how many times you have lost to Old Trafford? It can happen that you to get the red card and they start scoring in our home. So let's leave that one for another day. What I want to say is that as an Arsenal fan, I will always support my team. And the thing is, though, I don't know. I actually watch a clip online showing me that the offside goal against the pick against Arsenal was not really an offside goal because from their angle, I don't know, from an angle that I watched it not really look offside. But that one is private. Now what I want to say is that in a game of home and away, in a game of 180 minutes, 1-0 is not enough to say you have qualified for the other round. That is why you are saying you have qualified because you have a 3-goal advantage. But 1-0 is still a very, slim chance. And I believe that at this stage, PSG is not qualified. And I believe Arsenal can support in around. All they need to do is just go there with a game plan. we are coming here to come and qualify, irrespective of how. Another one, Barcelona and Inter Milan. I know Inter Milan to be a kind of team that they are solid, defense, midfield, and attack. They are not a team that knows how to play this kind of tic-tac football, but they know what they are actually doing when it comes to good game of football. But you know, against Barcelona, the first leg, Barcelona is a team. I can compare the kind of play to that of a PSG. They are good in passes. Their players are good in turning. They know how to drop these, accurate passes. Barcelona can make you not to be able to defend because they will open it up for you. You know, they've done some things in this season that it's marveled me. You'll be leading Barcelona 2-0. Under 5 minutes, Barcelona are punished for around 3-2. They've done this severally this season. And so, going to San Siro for the second leg, Inter is not qualified. Because Barcelona does not know if you are in your home.
All right, tell you why.
The thing is, you see, Arsenal against PSG. The only thing I can say is 1-0 at first leg. Being home money away doesn't qualify you already in the final. But the thing is, coming to Paris Saint-Germain, the only thing I would just say is Arteta should try to avoid this early goal from PSG again. Early goal can spoil
what they
game.
do.
That's his tactics, the same tactics Inter Milan bring to Nou Camp too, to our stadium too. They came with early goal, but not knowing that the early goal does not stop Barcelona from scoring. But Arsenal, I believe with the tactics Arsenal have, if they can as well be the one to shut the first score, the game is balanced. Because no matter how the possession you can play, you cannot hold PSG possession. So about Inter Milan and Barcelona, Inter played very nicely in the first game. Their strategy work. They want to score 2 or 1 goal early, but not knowing that even with 80-something minutes, Barcelona can score 2 goals. Barcelona doesn't know if you are home or away. Because if you check the Champions League record this season, we've scored 4 goals, 5 goals in the rating. And so we don't, but with the tactics as a flick as now, I don't think Inter Milan can restrict Barcelona for scoring. So I think second leg will be very difficult for Inter.
All right, let's go by.
If I want to, but now going to the second leg, Koundé is out.
Yes.
Who will you now put in that position?
We have Araujo. Araujo is almost permanent two.
No,
No, it might not be.
Koundé attack.
It might not be 2 set piece area ball. If Araujo is there, Araujo is 4-2. That's one of our players. If you can check the game very well, towards the end of the game when they brought in Christensen, Christensen too is good in area ball and set piece. So those are the things that the coach needs to work on.
All right. So the final team will be obviously Barcelona versus.
I can't say the chance. Let me say now, Barcelona Inter Milan is 50-50.
No, your own prediction.
My Barcelona Inter second leg is 50-50 decision. But PSG Arsenal, I can give Arsenal 40% and PSG 60%.
So I'm talking about team that will be in final.
I'm saying Barcelona PSG.
All right. So you.
In the final, I'm seeing Arsenal in that final.
Arsenal versus.
And I'm seeing Inter Milan in that final.
Arsenal versus Inter Milan.
Yes.
All right.
So Barcelona happens to be my team too. I love Barcelona. Sure, you understand. I always love Barcelona.
We can only say, but we cannot do it.
Cannot say.
We are just saying
Barcelona in that final. I love it, but the final is going to be between Arsenal and Inter Milan.
All right, our viewers, we have come to the end of the show. Discussing sports with you guys. This is Bata TV, team of us. We hope to see more of this coming up soon. Thank you guys.